Luke 7, verses 36 and 40. When one of the Pharisees invited Jesus to have dinner with him, he went to the Pharisee's house and reclined at the table. In verse 40, Jesus answered him, Simon, I have something to tell you. Today, let's take a closer look at this person, the Pharisee, Simon. Who is this guy, and what can we deduce about him from this story? If the sum total of your knowledge of who the Pharisees are comes from the New Testament, please remember that your perception is likely biased to be negative. What we see of the Pharisees in the Gospels is not representative of them in general. The Pharisees are not all cartoonishly evil, mustache twirling bad guys tying women to railroad tracks. Sure, some of them might be, but the Gospels exhibit positive examples of Pharisees who are supporters of Jesus, including Nicodemus, Joseph of Arimathea, and Gamaliel. Pharisees would have had at least some level of prestige and leadership in biblical times Judea. The primary role of the Pharisees was to provide interpretation of the Torah. A Pharisee's respectability had a lot to do with their command of the law and their ability to demonstrate adherence to it. We could assume that Simon must be reasonably respected, or I doubt he would take the chance of inviting the controversial Jesus to a dinner party. Jesus had recently made some controversial claims, including the claim to be able to forgive sins. There is a level of risk Simon is taking on in engaging Jesus. There is always a pecking order when it comes to power, and you can assume that the Pharisee that is under Simon in that pecking order is taking notes and looking for an angle to take Simon down. So why would Simon do this? Why would Simon take this chance? Was he looking for an opportunity to humiliate Jesus? Or was he, like Nicodemus, seeing something in Jesus that he had been waiting for his whole life? Was this invitation to Jesus an ambush or an alliance?